What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our lawn, and today is a very, very exciting day because today marks the start of the last project that will mark the completion of Backyard Golf. And that project is seeding the last roughly 1,500 square foot strip down here in the back to extend the fairway. And once we get this project done, then everything else opens up. There is a little seeding that we got to do over there next to the play set. I want to run a curb around the play set, and then we're into white trash graveyard. And then once white trash graveyard's done, we can put landscaping in along the back, and we can make it look all pretty back here around the golf course, and everything becomes very exciting. But that's not what this video is about. This video is another seeding video. So I did yesterday a bunch of dirt work, ran through it with a tiller, which is not required, but it's the easiest way to get a smooth surface. And it was also quite effective at getting rid of some of the old grass and some of the stuff that was in here. So let's take a look at that quick. So we got everything tilled up, and I was starting to rake, and I was considering bringing my old wooden drag down here, and I had a thought, let's at least try and see if the big girl can pull this around, because that seems significantly better than pulling it myself. Well, it doesn't not work, but I don't have a good enough way to secure it on the back. I don't like how it's running and how I'm interacting with it, so I'm just gonna go back to pulling it myself. Plus, rehab. Now, what a smart and dedicated person would do now is water this and let whatever weed seeds that are in here germinate and then kill those off and do that once or twice. I'm not interested in that. I'm just gonna get seed down, I'm gonna start watering, and we'll deal with whatever happens as it happens. So 1,500 square feet, we seed bentgrass at about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds per thousand. So I'm gonna do 2 pounds total, 1 pound of each of my 2 varieties. We're gonna get those in and we're gonna get them spread out, and we'll come back to you, and then we'll talk a little bit about seeding and really the only thing that you need to have a successful seeding project. And the secret weapon for any seeding project is to have a loose surface material. So either spread a little dirt on top or rough up the existing soil that you have, and then just a rake. So I got seed down back there, and all I'm gonna do is run a rake over it and let it settle down into the surface. And then after that, we're gonna water it, we're gonna keep it wet. We don't need peat moss, we don't need straw, we don't need any sort of top dress. I've now done 10 plus seeding projects, be it the 4 phases in the front yard, the overseed in the side, the overseed again in the side, the green overseed, the green expansion seeding, the dirt circle seeding, the fairway expansion seeding. I've done this a bunch of times. Never once have I worried about a top dress. It's literally just watering. Invest in a sprinkler timer, which we'll look at in a second, but first, let's get this raked in. And just like that, a perfect seed bed. How about this for germination, guys? No peat moss, no covering of any kind. We just had a seed bed that was ready to receive seed. We got it embedded into the dirt that was already there. We watered, and wouldn't you know it, grass seed germinated. And this is my watering setup right now. It's this Melnor timer. It's running both zones, which are zone 1 going over there, zone 2 going over there, and zone 3, which goes up there and is watering the green expansion. That sprinkler right there. And when we started, I was having this run for 15 minutes every 4 hours. Then I moved down to every 8 hours for 20 minutes. And now I'm actually down to every 12 hours for 20 minutes because it stayed fairly uniformly wet back here. And as this now is pretty well established going forward, I'm gonna drop to about 40 minutes per zone once a day. And then eventually we'll walk back and this will just be a part of the normal watering of the rest of the yard, especially once we get mowing. What I just did, and as you start to establish a yard, is I came out with 5 pounds of a triple 10 per 1,000 square feet. So I had 7.5 pounds for my 1,500 square feet back here. That I'm gonna do weekly for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And that will get watered in consistently, really just to help drive this and get it jumping out of the ground, get it starting to fill in, and we start mowing next. But that is a completely different type of content. Establishing grass is the next step in all of this, but really I just wanted to show you this process for seeding grass. I've done 10 times. Rough up the surface, till if you want to, but at least just create a roughed up seed bed, throw the seed down, rake it into that loose dirt on the surface, and water. That is it. All it takes is watering, and you'll have grass seed growing successfully. Anyway, guys, I hope that was helpful. Leave a comment with any questions you might have. Subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along to everything we're doing here in our lawn. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.